What's up, my crypto legends? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is safe out there. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Let me know in the comment section, guys. How is everyone doing? First of all, make sure to hit that like button, smash it up here. Got almost 100 people watching at this moment. Guys, we're going to analyze the situation. Now, yesterday it was true that we were talking about this potential bearish scenario over here. We did have a big volume. We were hitting resistance, okay? Or depending on how we were going to react to that range, it was potentially going to get rejected and continue to downside. It looks like we had a massive, big short squeeze, massive, big pump all the way here. And this is what happens with short squeeze. It goes to the last lower high, right? What was the last lower high? It was this one right over here. So it's a very, unexpected movement from the market, but it happened. So what is now your question might be, what is going to happen? What do the technicals say? What's going on worldwide, which doesn't really matter. We need to go and look at the charts basically. And let's analyze the situation, guys, because there could be a potential bullish scenario right over here. When we had this price action to the downside, it looked like very much that we were going to continue down to retest the lows from January. Now what happened is that we did get a big, massive, massive short squeeze, as you can see here. Does this mean that we are going to create a slightly higher low and we are going to have some bullish momentum in the next coming weeks, guys? I want to show you with this chart over here on the daily, because it is possible, okay, that the Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin bears are not going to have enough steam to break below $30,000, right, in the next coming weeks or couple of months, that we are potentially going to see some bullish momentum finally. Now, this is already a good sign, okay, where we do see a kind of a higher low double bottom range, as you can see. And the good thing about this also is that we do have some pretty nice volume. We do have a big wick, as you can see. This is looking at the daily, pretty nice volume. This is, looking pretty good for the bulls, so they can have a chance in the next coming weeks to have some bullish momentum. Now, this is the thing, guys. We need to be bears and bulls. We need to just pay attention to the chart to see what opportunities we can get, because you can't be bearish all the time. You can't be bullish all the time if kind of market structure is changing, right? We need to take a look at these opportunities. Now, what I want to show you here on the daily chart, okay, is, like I said, this potential scenario. All right, this is something I went on Natalie's channel today. She's gonna upload a video, Natalie from Bitcoinsensus. But what I want to show you right over here is Bitcoin likes to get liquidity from highs or from lows. What does this mean? That if you do not have a successful breakout from a major resistance or a support, it is very likely going to be a fake out. And what I want to explain is that right now. So if we take a look here at this massive downtrend that we have been having since November, okay, for me, okay, I'm still sticking to this, for me all the way till late January, okay, so this was almost, from the beginning of November, almost 3 months right there of downtrend. I've been talking about this on the channel for quite a long time. Of course, we're going to see volatility. There's going to be doubt. There's going to be, fundamentals, worldwide news, a lot of fear. And, you broke out of this last lower high trend line right over here. And what happens? It did look like that we were going to claim this last lower high. What happened? We just had a complete fail right there of continuing to the upside, breaking this major lower high. So this was a liquidity grab, right? Where you do have this kind of price action, and then you think you're going to go much lower. You come all the way up here to the last lower high, and this was a complete fake out. You could already see in this price action, yet you were going to come to lower levels. This is something very similar that what is happening right now, but the other way around, where you have claimed, all right, just a quick explanation here before we continue with before I go through the comment section, guys. And, you know, looking at this structure over here, what has happened here? This is the most important. What has been happening in the last few weeks? Well, we got this major low over here with a wick, okay? And then we had, you know, it looked like we were going to roll down. You can see this red daily candle, okay? So you could say that is a higher low just right there. You have some incredible pumpy action right over here, the first week of February. What happens? You create a slightly lower high right there, okay? And you could become bullish. I was slightly bullish right at this range. What happened? You know, we got this amazing support level, but you create a lower high. And where do you go? You go all the way to the last higher low. And this is what has happened right now, guys. This is what has happened this morning, right? Where we've had the big massive dump. Okay, this was yesterday actually, and today, you know, we are seeing that recovery. Where did we go? We just went below this higher low over here. So just so you can get the idea of a lot of breakout traders, a lot of people that want to go with the kind of breakouts, okay? We got this last lower high over there and this higher low. What does the price do? It comes all the way up to retest, to grab all of this liquidity and go to the other side. And I think by looking at this analysis, my opinion, this is the, you know, potential scenario that could happen in the coming weeks, where we are going to see, you know, coming days, where this has just been a massive big liquidity grab below this higher low over here. Looking at the daily, grab the liquidity. Now the price is ready to continue to the upside. Your question might be, how far up? Has this been a massive big bull fake out or a short squeeze? Well, let me just explain, because I know there's a lot of people very bearish and a lot of people, you know, calling for 30K and sub 30K levels. But I just want to show you this scenario now. And I think that $30,000 is very possible, of course, in the next coming months. But in the immediate short term, I think we could see a very strong relief rally. And reason why is because of this guy that I've just explained. Looks like a breakout. It's not a breakout. It's just a liquidity grab. It looks like a breakdown here from this major level of $36,000. Massive big liquidity grab. So if you've taken liquidity up, if you've taken liquidity down, where do you want to take liquidity right now? Up, okay? You want to go to the upside. Where would the next big liquidity grab be? Here, above this area, like I've shown you just right now, okay? This one here, above $46,000. So is it possible for the next coming days and couple of weeks for Bitcoin to see a nice climb up all the way to this range? And this will be a very interesting moment, guys, because if we start seeing this kind of price action right over here, you know what, guys, this is going to be an insane shorting opportunity, very, very likely. If we start seeing this kind of price action, that is when you want to react. That is where you want to enter a position, potentially. So this is something that we are going to talk about in the next coming days. Let's see if we climb up. I think looking for bullish momentum right now does make some sense, but it is true that we do have insane amount of resistance above us, okay? This is not going to be easy to come all the way up here. You are going to see potentially a lot of volatility up and down before you reach those levels. I think it's very, very possible. And as you know, this is a major level that a lot of people are going to take a look at, the $45.5, $46,000, because you got, wow, a huge amount of support there and a huge amount of resistance. So as soon as you start breaking this range, guess what is going to happen? A lot of people are going to become extremely bullish. A lot of people are going to get excited, thinking that we are going to go to 52K and to 100K or whatever. And yeah, all depending on how the price reacts to this level with volatility. So I'm calling for $47,000, $48,000 potentially in the next coming weeks, and this might be a good shorting opportunity depending on how the price reacts to this level. If we do obviously have a successful breakout, okay, and do this and having a massive big candle, and it is a massive pump, okay, a strong breakout, then of course you know, if we do retrace to that range, it's very, very likely that you are potentially going to get a reaction. You are going to hold because it has been a successful breakout. But we want a big, big breakout. I'm talking about a $4,000-$5,000 pump, right? Not a $1,000 or even a $2,000 with big rejections, because this is what has happened right over here, right over here. This has happened. Where was this high? This high was at, let me just tell you here 1 second. The high was at 43.9 and this high was at 45.8. So you could say that is about $1,000, 200 pump breakout, but it was a complete fake out, as you can see here on the daily. And this low over here also, look at the daily wicked straight back up and closed above this low over here. So this is the thing, this is where we need to react with this kind of price action. So I am sticking relatively bullish. I could expect this over here, you know, this lower high right there. You got the high, lower high, and now you are potentially going to create another higher low. This is if you do have that kind of price action and come all the way up here and get this liquidity. So yeah, that's my take here looking at the daily. This is the situation, guys. I just want to show you what I can see on the chart and see if I can take advantage of this. We can do analysis here in the immediate short term. It is true that we do have a bunch of resistance above us, and it's going to be very, very hard to continue to the upside. We know that 39.5 is an extreme amount of resistance. If I zoom in here on the chart, you can clearly see it right here, okay, where you do have, you know, the mountain on the VPVR. We are just about above that range, and you can see with this kind of price action, there's a huge gap. All right, a huge gap right there. It could be very, very easy to come all the way up to 41.5, and there is where we're gonna, you know, hit the wall. Basically, you got a big wall there on the VPVR, and you got this range of support. You got this consolidation right there. You got all of this price action over here, and this is why you do have this big spike. So it could be, we could see a quick move to the upside. It is very, very possible to that 41.5. Let me let me just scroll here through the comment section and say hello. What did I say yesterday? Says Christian, I guess you were bullish. I'm afraid it's going to dump again, says Lisa. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing with the market, right? With the Bitcoin market, you get so scared with this downtrend. You get so scared. You break so many levels that you just don't believe the price is going to pump. And you know what is very likely to happen once you are there's a huge amount of bearish people out there, and also you have the price action, you know, being so aggressively to the downside in just the last week, that you don't believe that the price of Bitcoin will pump. And all these little pumps over here that could happen, you think they're just big fake outs, and you roll back down, and what happens? You're going to get suddenly a big massive pump, regaining these lower highs over here. And you know, that is I think that's my next analysis for the next coming weeks. Okay, this is what I am looking at right now, that we are going to regain that 46, even hitting 47 or $48,000 in the next coming weeks. Of course, it won't be an easy ride, but that is something that I am looking at, guys. So we need to pay attention to that possible scenario. Could we form a massive double bottom, says Losif? Yes, of course. This could be a kind of a double bottom with, you know, a higher second bottom right there. Yes, of course. I mean, let me just take a look at fib level. Is this the 8? I mean, this is, this harmonic, you know, you could say that this harmonic pattern that we were talking about the last few days, you know, just had a lot of volatility, and it was a failed harmonic in the end, because, you know, we dipped below the X. And if we take a look at fib levels from this high to this low over here, yeah, we basically we're kind of meeting the target right now, okay? But we did have that breakout. This was a massive kind of stop loss hunt if you were longing from these levels. But let me just, I want to take a look at something right now here, harmonic, but I want to go through the comment section, and I've already talked too much, not said hello, and we can take a look at some scenarios right here. You can ask any questions. I'm going to try and read a lot of the comments, guys. So let's dive in. I think I am bullish right now after seeing this kind of reaction on Bitcoin. And this is kind of confirming that we are creating a slightly higher low, okay? Even though until we come down here and retest it, it is possible that we are going to create a slightly higher low, and we could have some bullish momentum in the next coming weeks, guys. Let me just ask a poll here. Are you bullish? Are you bullish now for the coming weeks? And it is, I have heard, in the news that, this man that is doing horrible stuff is potentially going to talk, and yeah, maybe not. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about fundamentals. We want to take a look at the charts. Are you bullish? Are you bullish for the coming weeks? And this is exciting because it's nice to see, the opinion of the people, if you're bullish or if you're not bullish. And it's pretty amazing. But the last few days when I've been asking, a lot of people, it was like 50-50 or 55-45. It was, pretty insane how it was almost equal, the amount of bullish and bearish people that they were. Andy, please, says Senna, absolutely. Bullish, Andy, says Russell. Watching from Lagos, Tobias, absolutely great. Bullish, baby, says Denise. Hey, Andy, how are you, buddy? I'm doing great, Anil. Thank you for joining. Bullish, but want more bearish, says Apeshit. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Yo, bullish. Nice. I got a lot of bullish people here. I shorted BTC yesterday, got stop loss. Yeah, we were talking about that short opportunity, but this was inevitable. It had a massive big pump. We were talking about this scenario over here where we were hitting this major resistance. But this is the risk. This is the risk when you've been so bearish for so long and you've been going down for such a long time. It's the price is so bearish that you finally get bearish, right? And then it's time to reverse. And this is what is going to happen to the bullish side. I've just read a comment in the comment section saying, I am scared of the Bitcoin price coming down, and you might see a little bit of a scary action. But, when are people going to become bullish is when you are already seeing the price pumping like crazy and gaining some highs. And that will be the moment that you will need to be bearish, guys. It's going to be like that. And it's, it's inverse kind of psychology, right? It's hard to adapt to this kind of thing, but it is true. People are so extremely bearish here, okay? And I'm including myself, that, it's just going to have a reversal, just like what happened. And I think people are still very, very bearish at this range. People are still very, very bearish. And there is a possibility, in my opinion, okay, nothing is for certain. I'm just giving you my analysis and my point of view here, that you can come down here, but I think it's potentially likely that we are going to come all the way up to that $46,000, $47,000 and have a little bit of volatility at that range with a potential big fake out. I think that is the scenario that I'm looking at right now on Bitcoin. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think any type of retracement from this level, I think I am going to be looking for longs, okay? Because, longing from here, it's a little bit risky, of course, because you're longing the top of this major pump. If we do retrace here, it would be nice to get into a potential long, okay? So your stop loss is short. This is the thing, where if you long here, where are you going to put your stop loss? This is the thing. We haven't successfully broken out from this major resistance point. So if you long from this range, where's your stop loss? Because you could have that retracement from this big massive pump. I would wait patiently, guys. This is a game of patience, of being patient. So yeah, that would be the scenario that I'm looking at. We can take a look at Bitcoin on the 15-minute chart, and I'm also going to take a look at sand here for someone in the comment section. And yeah, basically that is what we're going to do. Let me just take a look at sand, and I'm going to go quickly through the comment section, say hello. This is what we got for sand. This is the only thing that we got for sand. Okay, that a potential big double bottom. We are getting that reaction. I really like this. You know, this is why, you know, I react to the market once I see these reactions. And, you know, price of sand is reacting to this $3 range, you know, $2.80, $3 range, where we did have that volatility here. We did have, you know, this reaccumulation event. And this is all buying pressure. This is reaccumulation. And we are at that reaccumulation event. Does this mean that is there going to be enough support for the sandbox price to get a big massive pump from this range? And it is very, very possible. We can take a look at VPVR here. We've got a big solid range here looking at the VPVR. You know, if we zoom in on the chart, you can see that the biggest point of control since November here on sand is just at that level. Look at the amount of volume that there is right now there. This is screaming for a potential double bottom. Okay. So yeah, watch out, guys, for a potential double bottom. Now, if this does bounce from this range, I think, you know, we need to be careful, because you could be creating a lower high. Okay, remember, we are in a big massive downtrend. I wouldn't be coming too bullish just yet, because we are creating lower highs every single time. The structure is bearish. So I think we could potentially get a very good bounce from this level. Where could we bounce to? Well, first level would be the $3.60 range. Why $3.60? We did get a stop right there. And, you know, yeah, just by looking at this daily candle right here, this is looking at the daily. We can also take a look at fib levels from this high on the daily to the low. It would be, you know, that 360, 380 is the 618 from the start of this major dump. I do see the price reversing all the way to the $3.60. This is looking at sandbox. Okay, price is reacting to this support, so very, very likely you are going to see the bulls fighting a little bit. Stay cautious with that pumpy action. If you are long in here, definitely take profits here, because remember, you are in a big you know, downtrend structure. Like I said, you know, VPVR, look at this amount of volume here on the VPVR is absolutely crazy. It's going to take a lot of selling pressure, to break this wall. So you can already see the bears struggling at that range. Right, let me take a look at the super chats here. One second. Taking a look at super chat here. What do you say now? I said yesterday 38.8, same time you said it, way too high. Says Christian. Thanks for the super chat, Christian. Try and comment without super chat. You're always giving me super chats. Thank you very much. I said long yesterday to 38.8. You said that's very high. Well, I mean, this is the thing. You do you and I do me, right? Like Natalie says. I'm just giving you my opinion here on the market. And of course, you know, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an analysis. So yeah. Thanks, Andy. Great TA. More pumpy action, says Jonathan. Yes, very, very true. Very, very true. More pumpy action is very, very possible for Bitcoin. We're probably not going to see that retracement. You know, this is the thing. It's better to not make a trade than you know, I would say here, wait or for a retracement or no trade. And it is very, very possible that you're going to see a very, very strong momentum here to the upside. It is very, very possible. And you are trying to get into those pullbacks, but you don't have any pullback, you know. This is the thing. This is the thing right here. Just the same as here, right? You get a massive big drop on the price of Bitcoin, losing this low. And you might think, okay, if this retraces all the way up here, you know, I'm going to short on the bounce of that support. You don't always get that, okay? Technical analysis, trading is not always beautiful. So yeah, this is the thing. You might be waiting for that level for a potential short, and you have a textbook, you know, bounce up and down, bouncing in between resistance and support. And that did, you know, this didn't happen. You saw the price falling down here, falling, and you know, this is what you get. Like I said, there is a possibility on Bitcoin having a pretty big leg up all the way up to about 41k in the next coming hours, okay, or maybe a day or two. The reason why is the big gap that we don't have here from on the VPVR. There's no volume traded here, you know, from the price action that we've had from January and February. We suddenly have a big gap in volume, and you may ask yourself, why do we have a big gap a big gap in volume here? Because there hasn't been any consolidation at this range. You need consolidations to get big spikes on the VPVR to create big support and resistance levels. Now, if the price action does this very fast down, very fast up, and relatively fast to the downside, what happens? You have a big gap in volume. So what is the most likely scenario? That the Bitcoin price is it's gonna be easy to get from, you know, this range all the way up to 41k, because it just has been like that over here, as you can see. You know, fast move to the downside, fast move to the upside, pretty fast move to the downside here. So if we get above this area, I mean, it's potentially very likely that you might get a pretty fast move to the upside all the way to 41k, just like what happened there for 3 times, right? Now, what is happening here is that this could still be, you know, a fake out. I don't see this as a successful breakout just yet. I would be happier to see a retracement and see a reaction at this range, and then potentially long. That would be the ideal for me. Obviously, the chart is not going to do what I want. I need to react to what happens. But if this happens and we do get a reaction here, I would be happy to long here. Now, obviously, that is around about that $37,000 range. Will we get that drop all the way down here? Probably yes. Probably yes. I'm going to wait patiently. So there was a fantastic small scalp opportunity. I was just getting the live stream ready, had the thumbnail and everything. Okay, I was doing other stuff, but I did see here, and I'm going through the comment section right now. There was a small scalp opportunity here. As you can see on the chart, we did retrace all the way down here. Okay, we had this is looking at the 15-minute, and this big candle has a huge amount of volume, as you can see, right? This candle right there has huge amount of volume. And if you were looking for potential scalps, and this is a very risky one, because you might think that this is the end of a potential double top and you are going to roll down, but we basically got that bounce from this retracement, and the volume was high. It's a trade that, yeah, it was a very risky trade, but you basically bounced to perfection on that 50-minute close of this big volume candle. And you know, you got this consolidation range right there. You got all of this of choppy price action. What happens when you break it up? You know, if you want to look for a potential quick scalp, that would have been absolutely great. I would have loved to potentially scalp this on the live stream, just getting in there for and exiting here. Of course, you know, these scalp positions are very risky. They are usually 1-to-1 risking, or 1-to-1.5 because of the volatility. It's very hard to put tight stop losses on a 15-minute on scalps. Okay, on 15-minute chart or the 5-minute chart, they're usually 1-to-1 or 1-to-1.5 trades, unless you are really good and you know, putting your stop loss very tight to the bottom. They're very hard, basically, because Bitcoin is extremely volatile. But you know, just a quick explanation on this, you know, that would have been, you know, this major level. I do explain this a lot on the channel. Big volume, you know, you have a retest at the high, another retest at the high right there. What happens? You finally break it, not with a huge amount of volume, but you do have a pretty nice, cool breakout. You retrace all the way down to bounce exactly at that range with this massive big volume in the candle. And that's a quick scalp position just right there to retest the highs, or almost the highs. Now we are getting that pumpy action on Bitcoin. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, guys. Let me just take a look here at the let me take a look at the poll. I have 270 votes right now. Are you bullish for the coming weeks? And I got 64% of people saying yes, and 36% of people saying no. So there are some more bullish people here in the community. Shorted trade failed at S&P. I want to take a look at the S&P 500. Look at this. I mean, this is the thing. We did lose a major support level. We got wicked back up again really, really fast. I think, yeah, it's looking, yeah, this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. It's looking quite bullish at this moment, and we could see some bullish momentum in the next coming weeks. It's pretty curious to see the sanctions that Russia has had, and the US, the dollar is looking really, really strong right now. So what has happened here on the S&P 500, I just want to show you something right here. Okay, I got this blue channel to the downside because we're already in a channel, and it's very, very likely that the S&P 500 is going to come all the way up to retest the resistance of the channel. I just want to show you this channel over here. Remember, this is a channel that we were looking at a few weeks ago. It broke the channel and it retested the resistance, and we continued to the downside here. Now, what do I think? I think this is extremely bullish. This looks so bullish on the S&P 500. I think, you know, from a channel to the downside, I think, you know, it is more likely to break resistance at some point of the channel. And just so you can see the touches here from the lower highs, this is the S&P 500. You got lower highs, and this is a perfect channel here, you know, touching this low, and this low on the wick. We didn't touch it here, but we got 2 touches on the resistance, 3 touches on the support. Now, after this big, massive wick over here that we had on the daily, it's looking pretty good for the S&P 500 to continue to the upside. Now, you might think to yourself, you know, what would be the short-term target for the S&P 500? I think claiming this low over here, which would be around about the 4,450 points. Today is Friday, markets close, weekend, so it would be interesting how we open, because I think any type of retracement from this pump that we have had, I'm not sure if we're going to be that lucky on the S&P 500 to get this retracement. But if it does retrace down to this range, I think it's going to be a good buying opportunity. You could be forming like an inverse head and shoulder here on the 4 hourly. You know, you can clearly see you're potentially going to create a neckline, or you might going to continue pumping. It's something curious I want to show you here looking at the S&P. All right, is this center of the channel. You know, centers of the channel, once you hit support levels, you like going to the center. Once you hit resistance, you like going to the center, and you do get a reaction at the center of a channel. Look at this, look at that reaction at the center of the channel. You break down, hit the support, look how you come and get that reaction to the center of the channel. What has happened here also, you went all the way up to retest the resistance of the channel, and now you are getting back down here. You look at these reactions on the center of the channel. We didn't hit it there, but we did hit it there. You get a reaction on the center of the channel. We broke down, and coming back up, look at this. You have a consolidation. You know, this is the 4 hourly chart. You know, this was on the, you know, between the 24th and today. You get a consolidation at that range. So what is happening right now, we are breaking the center of the channel, and you know, my take on this is that it's very likely to come and retest the top of the channel in the next coming days. Today's Friday. I don't think we're going to have a big massive pump all the way up there. It could happen, but I think, you know, next part of next week is going to be relatively bullish on the S&P 500. So that is just looking at the price structure here. on the S&P 500. It did look like that we did get a big fake out here from this support level. You know, we got this massive support breakdown, and looking at the daily, it just ended up in a big massive wick, as you can see. So that's my point of view here, looking at the S&P 500. I think we could see a bullish week next week. And right, let me take a look here. Yeah, I did not short yesterday. When I finished the live stream, I left. I wasn't home, so I was just looking at the scenarios. I hope everybody, you know, people that actually short traded, I hope they protected themselves. So let's take a look at Chainlink straight away. We love a bit of pumpy action. Right. Price prediction on Metastar, says Antonico. Price prediction on Metis. I think Metis is a $1,000 coin. Now you might think, yeah, but when is that going to happen? Yeah, I do not know. I do not know. This is just a heavy rejection. Okay, a heavy retracement. This is Metastar, as you can see. And yeah, this is just basically going to find a floor at some point and start pumping like crazy at some point. Will it be in the next coming months? Will it be next year? This is something that I do not know. I know that they have a huge team, huge development. It's a project that will do well, in my personal opinion. We are seeing a lot of the cryptos doing very well. Saito got a massive hit. It had a big massive wick here on the daily. It went all the way down to less than 2 cents. This is below my average entry price. It's getting a little bit of my average entry price for Saito was 2.4 cents. So it went slightly below that, my entry price. Saito also a very good one. It's up 23% today. A lot of the cryptos are having some pretty good bullish momentum for the day. So price prediction for Metastar, I think it's $1,000 coin, even higher than that. Layer 2, a huge development behind. There will be projects built on that layer 2 in the future. It's just going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to be boring. There's a little bit of too much speculation in crypto, as you know, and what price needs to find a floor, and it will recover at some point. So you just need to be patient and know how to sell the price once it starts breaking all-time highs, start getting profits. That's the only thing that you need to do. And obviously it's very hard to apply. Hi Andy, little bit of topic, but what is the name of song you are using at the beginning of a video? Thank you very much. I mean, this is I will let you know. Make sure to join the Telegram group, tag me there. It's just a session of you know, no copyright music. Look what Chainlink is doing. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Wow, let's see what Chainlink is doing. I hope it's doing something good. I hope it's doing something good. Don't disappoint me. It is having a little bit of pumpy action. It is having a little bit of pumpy action. I think we're going to get above this range. I think we are potentially going to get above this range. The thing is, once you lose the last point of support, the last hope, okay, when people get extremely bearish, you're losing hope on everything, it's over. This is potentially the best buying opportunity. When you lose a major support level, this is the summer lows of 2021, you reclaim it, you know, you potentially have a breakdown, or, you know, this breakdown can be 5%, 10%, 20%, and then you reclaim it and then you start a bull run. I mean, this is pure speculation, of course. We could still have many months of sideways and bearish action, but this was what usually happens when you lose hope by losing a major support level. That is the moment where potentially it's one of the best buying opportunities. It's just been like that for a long time here in crypto. Let's take a look at Rose. So yeah, like I said, Chainlink not looking too bad. Chainlink is not looking too bad here with this kind of price action that we are creating. It looks like we want to reclaim the summer lows. Still not confirmed. Okay, we are hitting that range. I would like to see Chainlink to get well above $14, and then we could potentially be pretty bullish. So we're basically hitting the resistance right there right now. I wouldn't short right here because I do see some bullish momentum on Bitcoin. and I think it's going to drag a lot of the good altcoins. If we do break above this successfully, I think we are we could potentially be forming a short-term uptrend here on Chainlink. So you might think, is this a good shorting opportunity because we are hitting resistance right now and we are in a big massive downtrend? Well, I would zoom out here, and like I said at the beginning of the video, you know, we have been in a downtrend for a long time. We have been in a downtrend in a long time. You're basically shorting here at the very end for a potential scalp. I think this has more probability in having a potential recovery, because this is the thing, you've lost the last support level. You know, even myself, I feel really like this is going to go down and it's going to go sideways for a long time. And if we do recover this level, I'm going to start becoming pretty bullish. You know, this is how, you know, just in a blink of an eye, you know, you can become bullish and bearish very quick. You know, you can switch from bullish to bearish in an instant, okay, in just in a few minutes by looking at the charts. So it will be nice to see, you know, Chainlink reclaiming this $14-15 area successfully, pumping like crazy. That is what I want to see. And yeah, it could be very good for Chainlink in the next coming months, potentially next coming weeks. Let's take a look at Rose here for Lossif. Absolutely, why not? Let's take a look. Short link at $16. I don't know. Short link at $16. This is the thing, you know, you are shorting, okay, on a I'm not too sure, because you have lost the lows of the summer right there. But I think this could be a massive recovery. It could happen. But it is true that we are in a big massive downtrend, and shorting at $16, I don't see a major level. There's probably these lows at 15.5. You are going to get some kind of reaction at that level, and yeah, it might be a quick, good scalping opportunity there potentially. If we do come up there very fast, you are going to get a reaction very likely at that level. So let's take a look here. Just keep going up. Let's see Bitcoin is just going up. It's struggling right now. Bitcoin is struggling at this level. We are struggling a lot at this range. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. But like I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't checked out the beginning of the video, you can do that right now, or you can do it later after the stream. There is a potential good bullish scenario, okay? And I think reclaiming these lower highs is very possible in the coming weeks, because just like I explained at the beginning, you got this last lower high over here, and you got this last low over there, okay? This higher low, this last lower high over here. Price action likes to claim these highs or these lows and turn the other way. In the case of Bitcoin, we turned the other way right here. Right over here, we are starting to turn the other way. Where are we going to turn to? Where are we going to stop, basically? And I think would be above $46,000. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the kind of price action that we could have. So I would be bullish, but you know, longing from here is not good because we have been pumping like crazy. If we retrace, I might be longing, or depending on how we retrace, of course, because if we start making a candle like this or like this, you know, this could be like this. I'm not going to put a limit order. I'll be putting some alerts here on TradingView, or depending on how we react to this range over here on a potential correction. If it happens, I will be maybe interested in longing. Okay, this is the thing, we need to react to the market. Nobody knows exactly where the price is going. We need to have some projected moves, some ideas. This is an incredible idea that I'm showing you right there, okay, where we could reclaim liquidity above the $45,000 in the next coming weeks and then roll back down. Okay, these are some very good potential trading setups. Ethereum will make all-time highs as June approaches. Wow. Wow. Maybe yes. Dragon Chain and Request, please not fair. Okay, Request Network. Let's see what happened to Request Network. I think Request Network got a big, massive retracement. Wow, look at this. This is like a market cycle. Request Network just got absolutely crushed. It came all the way back down. It pumped all the way to $1 and came all the way back down. You know, look at this amount of consolidation that you have on Request Network, you know, from August of 2021 all the way till November. So this is looking at a few months of big consolidation. This is why you do have this big spike on the VPVR. Not financial advice, but this might be a good moment to start accumulating Request Network. I know it is a pretty impressive project. Okay, I did have a bunch of Request Network. I made some profits back in, you know, late 2019 or early 2020. I can't remember exactly when it was, but made some profits on Request Network. Made a 2 or 3x. I think it was about a 3x. Sold them, changed them for other coins. And yeah, I bought this one at about 2 cents. I know it's a good project. I did some research back in the day about it. I just got rid of it and just lost interest on it because I was looking at some other coins, of course, right? This is a jungle. So I think just by looking at this chart and VPVR, you know, it looks pretty clear here. This one, this is a market cycle, right? A huge market cycle right there. You have a massive euphoric phase, then you get a dump all the way to halfway. You start creating a lower high right there, and this just rolls back down. Now what happens here? You are starting to see the selling pressure find a floor, right? It's just, I think it's just a bit of common sense here looking at this chart. And this is the moment you want to start buying if you are bullish in this project, right? If you think this one's got a bright future and this one, you know, is going to be something in the next coming months or couple of years, this is the moment you want to get in. Because if you get in here, you get wrecked basically. And yeah, I would be very, very cautious because, you know, these pumps that happen in just a few days, they usually come down pretty aggressively. And this is what has happened on Request Network. So massive, this has been a reaccumulation event right there. Big volume. You know, I think this has the potential of holding, you know, this could hold this range and start pumping from this area in the next coming weeks, couple of months. That is my take here looking at Request Network. Let's take a look at, you know, let's take a look at Bitcoin. What's going on? Will Bitcoin get rejection here? Will we start pumping? I will be happy for Bitcoin. You know, we want to get into retracements. Now, if we start pumping like crazy here and hitting the 41.5 major resistance zone where we do have a big spike on the VPVR, we have this support, we have this consolidation, we are going to get some reaction at that range. Will I long here? Will I short there? Well, this might be a good shorting opportunity, but only for a scalp or a day trade or a small swing trade. Because if we do retrace down here to this level, I think I will be interested in longing this area because it's good support right there. It's been good resistance over here, resistance right there, resistance right there. I need a little bit of more price action. I mean, this is the thing. I'm not in a day trade. I'm not in a swing trade right now. I need the price to do more. I need the price to do something else. You know, this is the kind of price action that I would be looking for. If we pump all the way to this level, and if it happens fast, I would be very bearish in the immediate short term right there. Also, I think this is, you know, 618 fib levels. It is exactly at the 618 levels. I mean, this is the thing. Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low, the 61865, you know, a very, very common retracement area, is just at that major support and major big spike on the VPVR, you are going to get a reaction at that level. Now, I mean, this is the thing. I think we are going to hit that range in the next coming days. You might think to yourself, okay, I'm going to long from this level, but what if the price action does something like this first and then goes all the way up here? So you are long in here, and you know, you need to be in the red. You need to be prepared for that potential volatility. I would be more interested in longing that retracement at this level. I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but if it does, I will be ready to check the kind of price action, because it's a strong range. It's got support, and just to finish off, Fibonacci retracement from the lows to the highs. It is the golden pocket. It is the 618 level right there. So volatility at this range, I would be interested in longing that. And you know, 618 is such a strong, powerful level, guys. You know the deal. You know the deal. It's like this over here. 618 from this high to this low. You are hitting the 618 here. I've showed you multiple examples here on the 618. It's an incredible fib level to enter trades. So let's see what happens in the next coming days. You know the deal, guys. I trade on PrimeXBT and also on Bybit. You get the best bonuses down below, okay? Whoever's interested in trading and is experienced, of course. If you are not experienced, make sure to practice. I've got a full tutorial of both platforms down below, and I explain everything. You might have a lot of questions on how to use margin trading, you know, isolated trading, how to place your market order, limit order, stop loss, how to use it. I've got everything down below in the description. If you scroll down over the video, I do have the tutorial here in the description. Okay, look at the Bitcoin tutorial section. I got a Bybit tutorial, PrimeXBT, how I make up to $100, okay, with some trading technical analysis ideas, all right, with proven trades right there. These tutorials are insane, guys. Make sure to check them out. And if you want to trade on those platforms, you got the best bonus available down below. So let me scroll down. Can you please take a look at Aave? Thank you, sir. KASTA, let's take a look at Aave right away. Let's take a look at Aave. What's going on with Aave? Is it bullish? Is it bearish? I remember Aave back on the DeFi summer of 2020. It was absolutely insane. We had a lot of DeFi projects pumping like crazy. Looking at Aave here, I've only got one trend line here, and it broke and it got absolutely crushed. Right, let's get this trend line out of the way, because that broke. Let's analyze Aave. There was a big massive spike on Aave. I remember this. 27th of October of 2021. This is looking pretty juicy, guys, in my personal opinion. This is not looking too bad at all. Look at the lows. We are making slightly lower lows. I think this is on the verge of finding a floor at some point, because the selling pressure is getting, you know, lower and lower and lower. I think Aave is looking pretty good for a potential reversal. It would be nice for Aave to get a big reversal once we break. I think we are, you know, in a channel here. Let me just take a look at. We are basically in a channel right there. Right, it's in a downwards channel. This is the thing about these channels, guys. Look at this. Look how we stop at the center of the channel. Look how we're stopping at the center of the channel. Sometimes it's absolutely crazy. You got resistance, center of the channel is a must, right? If you trading resistance and support levels, you know, you definitely take profit areas, the center of the channel. You know, if you're using this strategy, I don't really use it, but sometimes it's just, you know, pretty impressive. Now, if this breaks resistance of the channel, you know, the textbook technical analysis move is the width of the channel. you could have that kind of bullish momentum if you do manage to break the resistance of this channel. Of course, I don't trade based just on this. This is just textbook classic technical analysis. Of course, I wouldn't be trading based on just a breakout of the channel and the projected move, which is this one right over here. It's the width of the channel, but it's just a scenario that could happen here. Looking at Aave, I think this one's going to have bullish momentum, and the reason why is because it looks like that the selling pressure right over here after losing this low over here, right? This is the summer low of 2021. Let me just get this box over here. I don't see this as a successful breakout. When you break out from a major support level right there, and I'm talking about the $170 on Aave, you want to see an aggressive breakout. You want to see, you know, the price action destroying this support level and, you know, having a big aggressive move with volume. This is not the case right now for a lot of the cryptos. You're just dancing around the support range, right? You're getting everybody extremely bearish because we've lost the levels of the summer 2021 lows and also the lows in December for a lot of the cryptos where it's been creating that support level. And this is not a successful breakout. We're just dancing around at the lows here. And this is telling me that a potential strong reversal is very possible. Now, we have to check out how strong the reversal is, because it is true that we are creating lower highs and lower lows. We are in a bearish trend, of course, but a relief rally is almost imminent in my opinion. Let's see if that relief rally will manage to break a resistance here from this downtrend, okay, or the last lower high, and continue to the upside. So if you ask me, I'm going to say bullish. You know, it's not an area to be bearish, because, you know, you're bearish at the very end of a trend, right? You're getting bearish at this area, which is, you know, the ultimate low. If we do come all the way up here to this resistance, I wouldn't short it either, because this channel has been going on for quite some time, since August of 2021, as you can see. I would be very, very cautious. I wouldn't mind longing this all the way to this area, because you could potentially be forming a kind of a double bottom with a slightly low here and come back up to this area. We do not know if you are going to successfully break up from this range. But if you do have a breakout from this channel, you know, just by looking at the timing in the next coming days, next couple of weeks, actually, this could be somewhere in March. If you do see this price action and you break the resistance of this channel that I've just showed you here on Aave, it's very, very likely that you are going to start a potential uptrend, another channel, but to the upside. And this major level, which is the $200, you know, nice round psychological, you can see big support there, big resistance here. I wouldn't mind to find some day trades on these potential moves. It is not the time to be bearish though, right over here, especially when you're breaking the lows with, you know, with no power. Look how you break this low. Look how you break this low over here. Just right there, you broke this low, you get a pretty big bounce. What is happening right now? You break this low with, is that a breakout? Is, you know, I don't see this as a big breakout. I see a potential big bounce on this. So that is just looking, you know, at Aave on the daily. You can see we are in a very aggressive, you know, channel here to the downside, bouncing between resistance and support. Right, let's take a look. I'm doing absolutely great. Here, how are you? Take a look at EOS, on one of the biggest GameFi plays in my opinion. Yeah, EOS is that is it Ultra? EOS Ultra, right? Yeah, I know this one's, I think this one's going to be absolutely insane for the gaming industry. It's a very, very interesting project, and I think it will be doing very, very well. Let's take a look at EOS on the chart, see what we can see. This one's doing pretty good actually. Summer lows are all the way down here. The May crash is all the way down here. So this one's very, very far away from the lows of 2021, which is pretty good. This is showing strength on this project. You did have a little bit of volatility at this high over there. As you can see, it's been defending this level very, very well right there. Yeah, on the VPVR, let's take a look at the VPVR from price action from August of 2021. Yeah, we do have pretty big volume all the way down here. This is why potentially we are getting supported from this level, from this consolidation. So it is a good level. This does look like that we are potentially going to continue to the upside. This one's looking pretty strong. I like this kind of price action. You can see here on the 4 hourly, you know, you were making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower highs. You are starting to see a potential change in the trend because you have made this higher low. You are kind of making a higher high here. It's just at the verge of a potential uptrend. This. It's looking pretty good. A little bit boring, of course, because it's just, you know, up and down, but it is creating higher lows. I do see this one. I mean, if this one breaks this level over here, it is time to go to the upside, in my personal opinion. It will be looking pretty aggressive. This is a major level on EOS. I mean, of course, if you do get, if I wouldn't breakout trade this, you could potentially say that this is an inverse head and shoulder and all of that, but I would be looking for bounces on the retracement. Okay, only if you successfully break, because you could have that breakout here. You might think, okay, this is really bullish, and then you have a big roll back down. This is not going to be a successful breakout. This right over here, something like this, is going to be a very successful breakout right there. And I would get into the bounce here, be careful with the volatility, and then, you know, exit at this high. I mean, that would be what I would be looking for a potential trade. I mean, I could just show you here. You might think, okay, you always talk about this support and resistance thing, but I mean, I could show you an example right here, for example, where you do get that resistance there, and you do get that bounce as support. So that is the whole idea with this that I'm talking about. And if you've been bouncing, you know, at least 2 times at a range, it is enough for a level to be strong for resistance and support. Anyway, hey Andy, new guy here, hoping you can answer a quick question. As far as the 3L and 3S coins, would you not just track the main coin that these represent, or do a chart independently? Thank you. As far as the 3L and 3S coins, I'm not sure if I understand that question. Would you not just track the main coin that these represent, or do you chart independently? I do chart independently, of course, but I mean, most of the altcoins follow Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin's bullish, altcoins, a lot of the altcoins will recover. I mean, look at this. This is looking at, you know, on gate.io, you know, we've got 11% pump, 12%, 23% pump. A lot of them are pumping pretty nicely. If Bitcoin pumps 4 or 5%, you're going to see a lot of altcoins pump 10%, 15%. So I think if I follow Bitcoin, basically, if Bitcoin is bullish, then I can become bullish on, if the Bitcoin structure is bullish, then I can start becoming bullish on altcoins, if that makes any sense. And can you tell BTC point of view today? Yes, of course I can. Andy, do you own any Meta or GameFi coins? Says Heret. No, I do not. No, I do not. No, I've only got 10 coins in my portfolio. About 10 coins. I'm not sure if it's 9 or 11 or 10, something like that. But yeah, I don't own any GameFi coins, but I definitely have to. I'm more interested in GameFi than Meta. Metaverse, I think, is still got a long way to go. Anyway, let's take a look at, I've got someone here in the comment section asking for, right. Let me just, BTC point of view today, like I said, this is my analysis, my point of view looking at Bitcoin. I do like this action that we've just created in between yesterday and today. This is very nice for me. This is very nice to see Bitcoin, because you could potentially be forming a higher low from an uptrend. And funny enough, guys, this is on the daily chart. I'm going to show you the potential projection for the next coming weeks. Potential projection. And we could be looking for longing opportunities. There's also shorting opportunities. There's, longing and shorting opportunities every single day. But there's something curious right here that I talked on Natalie's channel. And if I take a channel right there, you do have a slightly higher high here, okay? It's not a successful breakout, but it is a higher high. And if you take a look at, if you take this high over here and this high, and you create a channel, it is basically to perfection, as you can see, hitting the support right there. I mean, this is something that I found out today, but I would have actually longed all the way down here, because the good thing about a channel is detecting 2 points and 1 point. So if you got 2 points, if you got something like this, okay, then, and you see this consolidation and the price action dropping, you like I've just showed you here, you need to try and practice this. I've got so many stuff on the chart, and I'm getting YouTube ready. I haven't got much time to do some of my own trading, but I do try to find scalping opportunities on live stream. But if you do have that, this high and this slightly higher high, just like I showed you here, or the other way around, right, where you do create a low, you create sorry, let me just see how I can do this. You create a low, a high, and a lower low right there, and you do have the potential of, you got one low and you got another low, and you got this potential channel. You do know that if you have bottomed out right there and you are consolidating and you're pumping, that you could have a potential target all the way to the resistance. The same with this, you got this high over here and you got this high. If you do see the price action rolling down, you could say that you could get supported here because you are creating an uptrend channel. And this is exactly what happened yesterday. I mean, this is exactly what happened yesterday. Basically, we went all the way down just to hit the support from the channel. And you could say, oh, you got this now. Now you never would have longed from here, because now that you got the support, you can see it. But if I would have, stuck to do a couple of hours of really strong analysis, and you can see it right there, just like I showed you. You got this high and you got this slightly higher high. Could you have the potential of creating a channel? And yes, of course, you just get that bounce exactly to that level. I mean, that would have been an insane potential long. Very difficult though, very difficult. I can see the center of this channel right there is getting consolidation. We are going to get some reaction at that $41,000. We got the VPVR, we got the potential center of the channel, but in my personal opinion, it will be broken. And like I said, what would happen is we'll potentially break the center of the channel in the next coming weeks, and we'll be coming all the way up to the top of this channel. And what will happen here is that you're going to get a potential massive rejection. Like I explained before, what Bitcoin likes to do is gain the last lower high right there, roll back down, gain the last higher low, and roll back up. So if you do get that, you got the resistance of this channel, you got the liquidity grab from this high. I don't know, guys, it's just using a little bit of technicals. So yeah, that's HTR. What do you think? I think it's a great project. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Remember, if you are an experienced trader, you can check out PrimeXBT and Bybit. You do have the best bonuses available here. Make sure to be careful. Okay, we could have a nice retracement now on Bitcoin. I am potentially looking for some long opportunities. Okay, could there be a shorting opportunity right now? Yes, of course. You need to take a look at the shorting opportunities. Also, remember, it is true that we are in a downtrend. So all of these kind of relief rallies could also give you shorting opportunities. Could take a look at fib levels. The most common levels is 618 and 50% levels. We are just hitting that 50%, getting that reaction. Will we break up or down? This is obviously up to you at the end of the day to take some trades. Make sure to use risk management. So guys, you know the deal. You got the best bonuses down below for Bybit, PrimeXBT, only for experienced traders. If you want to do demo trading, Phemex has a demo account. You also get an insane bonus, of course, depending on what you deposit. But if you want to do demo trading and practice with fake money, Phemex, you can do that on Phemex. Okay, you can do that with demo money, which is absolutely great. It's fantastic for people that are new, that want to practice on the charts. Once you're profitable, you can jump to real money, of course, right? So check out Bitcoinsensus website. Also, here you have the latest news and technical analysis. Okay, we got all sorts every single day. Technical analysis ideas. You might have bullish and bearish scenarios. Okay, don't get mixed up. Just look at the scenarios and then you do your own analysis. Of course, latest news and technical analysis on the Bitcoinsensus website. Make sure to check it out. Join all our socials. We got the Twitter account, we got Instagram, we got the Telegram group that you can join. You can tag me there sometimes, ask me some questions. I join once in a while, and also join the Discord if you want to see more technical analysis there. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.